from a beloved Sephardic rabbi to the Jews of Azerbaijan. This former Soviet republic is home to the largest Jewish community in the Muslim world. My next guest says the country is a model of tolerance for different faiths and ethnicities. Rabbi Mark Schneier is president of the Foundation for Ethnic Understanding and an advisor to many Gulf states. He's also the co-author with Imam Shamsi Ali of a book called Sons of Abraham, a candid conversation about the issues that divide and unite Muslims and Jews. Rabbi, thank you very much for joining us. It's great to have you on the show. And tell us, first of all, it wasn't always this way for the Jews of Azerbaijan, was it? Under Soviet rule, of course, all religion was outlawed. You say, though, that now the community is really flourishing.
Well, that's true. Under the Soviet Union, you find that across the board, all religions were oppressed and persecuted. But Azerbaijan has a rich history when it comes to its indigenous Jewish community, its local Jewish population. And Azerbaijan is a paragon, it's a paradigm for the greater Muslim world in terms of its reverence for its Jewish community, the high regard that the people, the government, President Aliyev has for the Jewish community. And it is today the largest Jewish community among the 57 Muslim nations in the world.
And just how old and how big is the community of Azerbaijan?
Many people believe it actually goes back to the destruction of the Second Temple, that many of the Jews that were exiled or that were forced into exile ultimately settled in the Republic of Azerbaijan.
Fascinating. Now, we've talked a lot about, on this show about how business and trade and cooperation in healthcare and things like that has really flourished under the Abraham Accords. But I want to ask you about religious understanding. Do you think that it has brought about more understanding between Muslims and Jews?
There's no question that whether it's Azerbaijan or whether it's many of the Gulf states, there has been a conscious effort to have Islam connect and reach out with the other Abrahamic traditions. I had the great honor and privilege of actually working with the late King of Saudi Arabia, King Abdullah, who in 2008 launched his groundbreaking initiative inviting other religious leaders to a conference to begin this process. Look at Saudi Arabia, look at Bahrain, look at UAE, look at Qatar. Today, they all have interfaith, interreligious centers. I sit on the boards of all four of them, including the Interfaith Center in Baku, which I believe is the ultimate example of being a beacon of interreligious, interfaith cooperation and coexistence.
Right, and it's interesting, isn't it? Because anti-Semitism, sadly, is very much on the rise in Europe and in the United States. 60% of hate crimes in the US targeted Jews last year. Would you say you see kind of the opposite situation happening in the Middle East?
Well, I can say in the Republic of Azerbaijan, non-existent. In the Gulf, virtually non-existent. And maybe it's just a result of when it comes to Jews and Muslims, not only do we share a common faith, but we share a common fate, and how our single destiny has strengthened those bonds of concern, compassion, and caring for each other. We are truly family as the children of Abraham.